Howdy folks, Justin here. We're going to continue our solo arena run. Rank 1 solo arena. We're playing a assassin deck. We have 4 wins, 1 loss against mono blue, which always a pleasure. Our curve tops out with 2 shocking Wamasu's. Has a Charis Reaper and a Dwarven Ballista and a Palmar Rat Renegade, guy who eats people and turns them into card draw. Then a bunch of early game. So we're not going to go up against the mono blue deck again yet. So our options are Mage, mono green, and Archer. I think we're going to see what Mage throws at us, and if that doesn't work, we will go up against mono green. Because I imagine these two decks are pretty dissimilar, and we'd like to hedge our bets on our ability to get a couple more wins at least. Surplus, when you summon a creature here, reduce the cost of a random card in your hand by 1. Okay. So this would reward a fast start, which we don't have. We're going to throw back everything but the Slaughterfish spawning because that card is best on turn 3. And kind of punished. We have nothing in our hand to do for the first couple turns. And our opponent's leading off with Kvatch Soldier and getting the bonus cost reduction there. Green Pack Stalker, not working out either. So Moment of Clarity, what are we looking for? Improvised Weapon, not great. Steel Scimitar, great card. Murkwater Shaman, though, I mean, that's a really good card. And given that we have no other creatures in hand until turn 4, we'd like a lower drop creature, but we'll take the creature. Next turn, looks like Slaughterfish Spawning is the play, which will get us a cost reduction. And he's just getting more reduction on top of more reduction. This is just not going well for us. We will Slaughterfish Spawning, get the reduction on the Dunmer Nightblade. Right, and this lets us throw down the Stalker over there for some value. Okay. It's going to be hard to come back from this. Yeah, I think the Stalker is just by far the best choice. Hopefully that, gets us 2 for 1 at least. Maybe interesting. I'm not sure I would have made that play. So I think the move... I mean, it's hard to argue with Crushing Blow on that, right? Let's Renegade first. Perfect. That's what we wanted, was the reduction there. So that we can lay down the Nightblade. And we don't want to reduce it any further. But yeah, that looks nice. And we made a mistake. Should have swung first. I wasn't thinking about our creature over here. I was too busy focusing on what's going on in this lane. But that's not so bad for us. That's not bad for us either. Should be able to claw back into this game now. Ooh, Skooma Racketeer is excellent. Is it better, though, than Charis Reaper? So if we Racketeer into this, throw him into there. Yeah, that's pretty good, right? Yeah. Perfect Dress Tormentor discount. So we'll do that. We'll do that. And we'll do that. Hey, that looks great. Did we get an additional reduction? I might have missed it. It must have hit the Reaper, I guess. Hey, this looks real solid for us. Tome of Alteration is great for him. That will necessitate more trading than I had hoped for, but... And a Camlorn Sentinel. Finally throwing something down over here. So, we're going to do... Gosh. No great way to do this mana-wise, right? But we need to lay this down. And yeah, we'll just do this. We don't really want to throw our Steel Sword out there willy-nilly. Hopefully this begins then to generate some value for us. Our opponent giving us the perfect opportunity to use Reaper over there. Okay. So, got a couple options. We can lightning bolt that, but I think we just curse that. We wanted to get the curse out of our hand before we drop the Reaper. Okay. The Sodrus Agent would have been the perfect card to reduce there. It didn't happen, but that's okay. I don't see any real reason to throw down the Steel Sword yet. We're not in any danger of dying, so racing's not super important. The Wamasu, okay. That makes sense. We will just Wamasu back then. And just keep generating this awesome curse value. Okay. Yeah, we'll just swing for 4. And accumulating these curses is great, right? Now this deck could be running some gigantic legendary creatures, which would be, you know, I mean, fairly awful for us, right? Let's keep it real. Let's not get fancy. Let's just remove this. Yeah. Okay, we do probably not want to break 2 runes right now, so we'll just do that. Obviously, we're reducing these curses, which is not generating any value for us, but okay. So let's get on about winning now, I imagine. We have 6, 10, 11. We can't quite kill him no matter what we do, so let's do this. Alright, well. Yeah, let's just play it safe. No reason to get crazy here. We would like to be able to kill him next turn, though, so we will push forward with all that. Everything in our hand costs 0 already, so just having a guard in both lanes seems most responsible. Yep. Okay, so that does change things a little. That guy is active Murkwater Shaman's best friend, right? So we can just kill him if nothing goes disastrously wrong, and it can't because we are not breaking a rune until we kill him. So there we go. Mage down. Up to 5 wins now in our in our solo arena rank 1. We don't have a lot of top end. We already picked up one of these sorceresses. Feasting Vulture is great, but I think Sorceress is a pretty good card. Given what we already have and the fact that our 3-drop slot is so thick already. So we're going to go against Mono Green now. My girlfriend calls this guy Dobby from, she's laughing at me, from Harry Potter. So we're hopefully going to set this guy free, toss him some rags. Both these perfect cards against what I expect this deck to have, and Crushing Blow as well, and Firebolt. So we're set up to play a nice reactive defensive game here in the beginning. Obviously, we're not letting that live. And we have a couple of choices, right? Murkwater Witch would allow us to next turn play Trader and Firebolt on the follow-up play. It's very weak against an opposing Murkwater Witch, which he is likely to have. But you know what? I like it, actually, to be honest with you. So it's a little greedy, but we have answers to things if this doesn't work out. And this is exactly what we want to see, right? So we're going to play Mournhold Trader and Firebolt. And we're playing Mournhold Trader there as opposed to the Shadow Lane because what we're really afraid of is the guy who grants lethal if he had anything there, but he doesn't, so we're not super worried about it. Right, so we just go Nightblade, Cutpurse. He can't Leaf Lurker. He could finish off, which would be pretty bad, but we have Crushing Blow. Moonlight Werebat, perfect. So we're just going to roll it like this. And we're not even breaking a rune yet, so don't have to worry about Prophecy. And he has no plays. I'm understandably suspicious. Alright. Let's see what happens. Alright, Disaster. What do we got? Moonlight Werebat. That's sad. What do we do? I think we swing this in and play the Stalker and play the Blacksmith. Didn't get a lot of value out of the Stalker, but that's okay. That is an interesting move. So is that. So he's all in. And another one. Okay. Alright. So that's obviously one of the benefits of playing against the AI is that it is, of course, completely terrible sometimes. I think we just leave that live. We, as things stand on board, we can definitely race him. And we play the Ballista. Yeah, and you notice I haven't played the Steel Sword for any sort of extra value. Ooh, is he going to Leaf Lurker us now? Murkwater Shaman in that lane. What are you doing, AI? I was going to say, you may have noticed we've not played the Steel Sword. I honestly really prefer to keep the Steel Sword for a turn where I'm going lethal. Might not always be the right play, but that's how I prefer to play it. Yeah. And we were almost at lethal. We had to remove his creatures in order to avoid Prophecy, and I felt like this is the safer play. But now you see we can slap this on any of these creatures, even if that's removed, and have a kill without breaking a rune. Although it's sort of academic at this point. We completely slaughtered this deck, which is funny. I mean, this is the deck I'm most afraid of, right, when I'm playing against the AIs. The Mono Green deck and the Iron Atronach deck. Love the card Iron Atronach, although the meta is not great for it right now. But the Iron Atronach Arena deck is just a complete nightmare to play against. So we got a couple options here. High Rock Summoner, early drop that allows us, a bigger creature. Further down the curve, Telvanni Arcanist, pure value, Fate Weaver. Our only 6-drop is Dwarven Ballista, but Fate Weaver isn't great in Arena, I don't think. It's hard to argue with the value of Telvanni Arcanist, but we kind of have the same problem we had last time. We were picking a card where a 3-drop slot's already 9 cards. All other things being equal, I think Arcanist is the best pick, so we'll grab that. None of those cards were particularly intriguing against the mono blue deck we know that we're going to have to face again. And the Archer, there are a couple different kind of Archer decks that the AI can throw at us, and we don't know what it is yet, so we can't really know what we're supposed to pick. Alright, at least it's egalitarian. We're each coming to the battle with defenses ready. Firebolt, good. We'll keep a 3-drop Dres Renegade. We'd prefer something a little earlier. Punished, but rewarded. I'll throw it down over here. Nord Firebrand. Am I supposed to Firebolt that? We'll throw the Nightblade down over there. Doing that because 2 swings kills that. Rapid Shot. Against that, we have a whole board full of creatures Rapid Shot kills. That makes more sense. Okay. Well, once again, we're just going to throw down our Keeper Whispers over there. Ooh. I'm not worried about things being silenced anyway, so we're going to throw Arcanist. Even if Arcanist gets these 2 slam into it after we slam into that once, That's exciting. Even if that happens, we've gotten a lot of value. It's true that we don't have a firestorm. That would be fantastic. But you know what we do have? I really like the idea of doing this. This guy keeps us under control for right now. We have a couple options now too, don't we? I feel like Keeper of the Whispers. Keeper Whispers is the responsible choice. Daring Cut Purse is the exciting choice, but we don't really have anything we really want to firebolt, so we'll just do this. Hopefully we can clear that out somehow. Murkwater Witch is kind of punishing. Yeah, that's a bummer. Ice Spike also not the greatest thing we can get off there. Okay. Well, seems like the wrong lane to put that in. um, I feel like we just not the most exciting use of Ash Servant, but and you know what? We're gonna go face. It was a mistake to do that first, and we're gonna firebolt that because we know the Archer deck is, at least in constructed, full of ways to punish our wounded creatures. That's kind of sad, right? Right. I don't think this is gonna work out the way they want it to. I think we just drop some 3-drops or some 2-drops, right? These two, and Moment of Clarity first in case there's a better option. Another Moment of Clarity. Not really what we want. Dark Harvester, kind of garbage. We're just gonna chain Moment of Clarity, right? Like, why not? Seems like we'll know more next turn and then be able to make a better move. That's kind of a bummer. And a Witch, too. Okay, so that's good for him. That's really good for him. And that also leaves that alive, which is sort of irritating, right? I guess Murkwater Witch isn't bad over there. We'll throw Sorceress and Witch down. Sorceress obviously super weak to these -1/-1 effects, but and we did that because I value the guard more than I value. Ooh, that's super punishing. More than I value the 2/1 that's wounded. So I guess sort of rewarded for playing that way. Okay, let's catch up here. We have a bunch of swords. We need a creature pretty badly. Merrick. Merrick seems exciting. We can actually play Dread Clanfear this turn, but that doesn't seem real important. We're going to grab Merrick. Roll those dice. And we're going to Ice Spike next. Okay. And... Not the cleanest turn here. We can't throw that down over there very responsibly, right? Please do silence that guy. Oh, you chose not to play it? Fair enough. Okay, let's get something good here, right? This is not looking good. Not looking great. So, Merrick, not the smartest play we've ever made. I think we just have to Slaughterfish spawning. Give lethal, kill that, and swing there. This gives us the most on board. This is obviously... I was going to say obviously weak to all these pinging creatures. That's a real bummer. Can't quite get both of these in one turn. Looks like we need to Reaper and... Man, I guess we gotta do this, right? This seems like the most responsible use of our time. And we are not swinging because we don't want him drawing cards. Oh no. Oh no, we are so weak to Raiding Party over here. Wow, what a draw. I call shenanigans. That seems bogus as hell. So, well, the good news is now we can green pack Stalker and Merrick in the same lane, but for value. But I think what we really need to do is shut that shit down. So we'll throw that over there and Merrick over here. Not getting value, but we need to take control of this game. Maple Shield, that's terrible. And okay, drawn a card. I will take it. I will definitely take it. We're gonna swing like this to avoid damaging a creature, and then swing for 5 because we need to get on about the business of winning this game. Uh oh. Uh oh. What are you doing, raiding party? What's that other card in your hand? Uh huh. Guard. Good. 2 guards in hand means that if things go disastrously wrong this turn, we can, if prophecies don't go our way, we can throw down some protection. We have 15 in hand. There were ways we could have played last turn that gave us lethal this turn, but we needed to actually win this game at some point. So, there are a lot of ways that we die. A lot of ways this doesn't work out. Okay. We're throwing that down there. That down there. That down there. And killing that. We can't one-shot kill him next turn. That's not good. So prophecy of some sort could screw things up for us. But I think this gives us the most opportunities to win. I think we're pretty golden now, right? Alright. There we go. We beat Oathkeeper. Assassin beating Archer. Maybe not new to people playing a lot of Constructed, but playing these games at Rank 1 Solo Arena, you just never know what's going to happen. Baron of Terror, Tier, I don't know what that is. I'm not not familiar enough with the lore to know what this guy's doing. Although he looks happy, right? He's got a drink in hand. He's got his homie in the background giving him the eye. I think this guy probably thinking, "Why are you with Lydia, the house Jarl, House Carl? You could be with me. We could go off, and I won't be the assistant full of tears anymore. I'll be the assistant full of joy." Saurus Marshal, broken card, but what would we do with it in Arena, right? High Rock Summoner, great. I think Baron's, even a little Baron value is good, but it doesn't seem like we're going to get much at all out of it. We're up against that mono blue deck, so maybe it would be satisfying to beat mono blue with the mono blue enabling card, but I just don't see that happening. Although, of these cards, I feel like it's got the most value for us. High Rock Summoner, we're going to be dead or have won already by the time we're. I like the idea of giving Ashlander, Navigator, Nightblade, and Blacksmith guard against that mono blue deck. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, mono blue. We have returned. Let's make the Assassins League, the Brotherhood of Assassins, proud. Alright, Somerset. Gladiator is ready. Got it. Oh, last time it was in the other lane. That's a bummer. Nah, that's too good not to keep. Alright. So we got things we can curve out into every turn. Let's do it. Yep. Alright, and now we gain the initiative. Played before we swung because we weren't breaking a rune and it didn't really matter. But as a rule, you want to avoid doing that. Yeah. Almost did it again. And it's the AI, so it doesn't know I'm about to play a 4-drop. Yeah, lightning bolt that guy. Firestorm, sweet. Renegade because it survives this thing. Um, Survives that too. We have Crushing Blow then for that, so we can clear his board, assuming he swings in, which I am pretty certain he is going to do. Yep. No point in wasting Shadow Step here. Firebolt to finish it off. That makes sense. Daggerfall Mage. This is where we got in trouble last time, is we couldn't answer these Daggerfall Mages. I think we just throw both of these down over here and race, right? Alternatively, we Sadra Sage over there and then Shadow Shift it. But I feel like having that on the board is more long-term damage. Daggerfall Mage. Gosh, talk about a board that you absolutely, under no circumstances, can Firestorm, huh? Well, we're going to lose the race now, unfortunately. So, I think we swing. Hit a Prophecy, which is a real bummer. Yep. Oh. I'm going to play him over here and Shadow Step him over there. You know, it's not great. It does have cover, so we get a turn where we can't just slam those into it. And then the plan is to clear that side of the board next turn. Although we might just be dead. You know, there's only so much you can do against all this. That's fine. Okay, so here's our plan, right? Murkwater Witch makes this easier. We need to, well, we need to see what happens when we do this first. That was less than ideal. Probably should have thought that through a little bit better. So we can't totally clear, which is a bummer, but we can do this. Yeah, that seems alright. Wardcrafter's not great there. Firebolt, not great. Shrieking Harpy, not great. It looks like this isn't going to work out for us anyway, but I feel like that was the best way we could have played that, right? Alright, so 8 Magicka means we can Ash Servant that. We unfortunately know that he has 2 of those fancy pants cards to buff up his creatures. Oh wow. We're dead. Well, might as well be. What happens if I throw this over here? Right. Can we do 8 damage from hand somehow? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. So can we clear his board? Or at least put a guard in front of that. Um, gosh, there's just no way out of this, given that we know. Oh, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because we can't play. Okay, bear with me. We need to get lucky. We did it. We outmathed our opponent. I forgot about the lane ability. Okay. Well, good. This means we get to see this through to its natural conclusion, which is the last boss on Solo Arena Rank 1. Keeper Whispers, I mean, Snowy Sabercat wouldn't be too bad with all the equipment we have. I mean, all the equipment we have, with the 2 pieces of equipment we have. Yeah, Snowy Sabercat it is. Okay. That's why you gotta count, and that's also why it's awesome that in Soul Arena there's no turn timer. Alright, Spell Sword, let's do it. Supreme Commander, the Victorious. That's not a good sign. I wish our title was like the Mega Victorious. Alright, our opponent has 50 health. Cool. We need creatures. Shadow Shift can be useful later. This is absolutely abysmal starting hand. But we're just happy to be here. We're happy to see this all the way through. Okay, no play next turn. But that's cool. We'll see what happens. He's got Orc Defenders for days. This is probably some insanely grindy control deck. Oh, that is so sad. Dreamminder. Oh no, he's going to get to his dirtily control cards even faster. Well, I think as far as 4-drops go, I prefer this one over here for right now. Stems the bleeding. We don't get the chance for a prophecy, but oh my god. What a nightmare. Okay. Um well, it's not great. But if we leave Lurker, if we're under the assumption that he's going to swing this into this next turn, Leaf Lurking that down lets us Ash Servant plus Nightblade next turn, potentially. Our other plays aren't much better, right? Like Ash Servant that, no other play. Glen Number Sorceress here. I like this. And we're putting it over here because we want this trade to happen so we can Ash Servant. Jeez. Damn. Okay, well. So, Ash Servant, Dunmer Nightblade. Hopefully another trade from our opponent. That's not a good sign. Okay. That's the third one of those. If there's another one, I'm going to be super suspicious. So we could Slaughterfish spawning and then move the Slaughterfish over here. Can we race? I mean, what do we do to answer that? Nothing. Although, man, that's a lot of damage we got going at our opponent. We also lay down Snowy Sabercat. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Yep. Let's roll. Okay. No answer to this. Lightning Bolt Prophecy would be ideal. At 8 magic, a Moment of Clarity is pretty exciting, actually. Yeah. Sawhorse Marshall's never gonna happen. Yeah. Let's take Wabbajack. let's do this. And then let's Brutal Ashlander and Snowy Sabercat. The Ashlander away. Alright, it was a small chance that that was not going to be awful, but, you know, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, we're all in. And I did the math. We're going to pretend I did the math and knew that I was going to almost break a rune. Lurking Mummy. Cool. Lurking Mummy. Over there, less cool. Is it Wabbajack time? God, we have so much damage on board. Man, that guy's a bummer, right? Because, like, this takes care of this. If we Wabbajack that away and he doesn't get super lucky, or, you know, we get lucky, which is, you know, what we prefer, we do have 16 damage in that lane. That seems super irresponsible, though. Let's Wabbajack this thing. I just want to Wabbajack. What do we got? I'll take it. Really should have thought about breaking these runes first. I think we don't need to do anything. Let's just pass the turn. Alright. Dark Harvester. Of course, we're about to get Marocked, and whatever awesome thing we create is going to get stolen. It's going to be a real bummer. Alright. Not living the dream over there. So much damage. So we're giving up on this lane. That's our plan. We are going to... because we want to keep these slaughterfish alive. Eyebrows raised in anticipation of disaster. No disaster. We will Black Sap Protector and Wabbajack it into a crocodile. Alright. Play a Ballista. See what happens. Tree Minder. Might have to Wabbajack that out of the way. Nahag Leaf. That seems like a more appropriate Wabbajack target. I mean, we can kill him without Wabbajacking it. Swing that into that. That into that. 10. That seems more responsible. This has breakthrough. Yeah, alright. It's sad because I really wanted to Wabbajack something again, but this guarantees us that we get our 9 wins. I feel like we have to Wabbajack something. Fair enough. Alright. Well, there you have it. There was 9 wins at Solo Arena Rank 1. It's miserable. Like, playing against the average opponent is so much easier. You know, sometimes you get lucky, the AI makes really poor decisions, but, you know, you also usually don't face against as well constructed of a deck in versus arena as you do in Solo Arena. And like I said, I'm fairly certain Solo Arena cheats. Anyway, let's see what we got for. Let's remember we put in 150 gold. Probably spent an hour total playing these games. You know, it's all on the 2 videos. We got 75 soul shards, 70 gold, a rare, and 2 packs. So not as good as you're going to get in Versus Arena probably. And I would argue that this is harder. But we are going to open our packs, see what we got in here to close out our video for the day. We got 3 rares. It's pretty nice. And final pack, 1 rare, 1 epic, 1 golden card. Alright. So hey, thanks for watching. I'll try to get a constructed video up tomorrow. I know schedule's been a little slow, but we're going to keep doing the every other day, every couple days sort of schedule. That's been working for me. And I hope the season's going well for everybody. Just a little preview, a little hint. I did finally hit Legend about an hour ago before I did this. Like I said, I've taken over a week off of this game because of real life stuff I had going on. But I did it with the updated Battle Mage deck. Tomorrow you will see the deck tech, you will see the deck in action, and I haven't recorded those games yet, but I know I'm going to get it done, and I hope you all enjoy it. It's as different from the Scout deck as you can get, and yeah. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.